人の氏名
Japanese names. Before we get started with our name study, here are a few facts to help familiarize yourself with Japanese names. Modern Japanese names consist of a family name, surname, followed by a given name, first name. For example, Yumi's maiden name was
青木由美
and not Yumi Aoki. Of course, when speaking in English, many Japanese will reverse the naming order to accommodate Western naming conventions. But in Japanese, the family name comes first. As in most Western traditions, surnames are usually passed down from the father, and women usually change their surnames after marriage. This isn't always the case, though. Yumi's brother's surname was Aoki. Once he married, he decided to take his wife's name, which is Aoi. It may seem like a joke, but he went from Aoki to Aoi. He lost a K. Middle names are not used today. Official documents have spaces for a family name and a given name. The following image is from a birth certificate, which uses
氏名
for the name. The reading in hiragana is written above the kanji. As mentioned previously, many Japanese write their given names first when using the alphabet. Famous Japanese historical figures have traditionally been written in this manner in English. For example,
夏目漱石
the famous author, educator, and poet, is mostly known in the Western world as Soseki Natsume, first name, family name. In Japanese, however, his name is
夏目漱石
I would encourage you to relearn such names with the Japanese ordering. This will help when mentioning historical names in conversations. Most names use kanji with kun-readings, Japanese readings. For example, this kanji is the kun reading
中村
rather than the on reading.
中村
Japanese family names often include characters referring to places and geographical features, such as the following. Very few names can be both a family name and a given name. So once you become familiar with Japanese names, it is pretty easy to tell if it's a family name or a given name, usually. In recent years, especially, given names have become more creative. Regular readings for even common kanji may not be actually used in the name. Thus, given names can be much more tricky than family names. Most names are written in kanji, but some use hiragana and even katakana. Most family and given names are 2 characters each, but the number can vary from 1 to even 5. If a given name ends with a ko, it is most likely to be a girl's name. Some male names, however, also end in ko, but this is usually hiko. Kanji names in Japanese are governed by the Japanese Ministries of Justice's rules on kanji use in names. As of January 2015, only the 843 name kanji
人名用漢字
and the 2,136 commonly used characters
常用漢字
are permitted for use in personal names. Japanese people often avoid referring to their seniors or superiors by name at all. They just use a title.
呼び捨て
Is saying someone's name without an honorific. This can be considered very rude unless explicitly given permission to do so.
皆さん頑張りましょう